What man are you trying to look good for doing your makeup? I'm not trying to look good for no man. I'm actually just trying to do my makeup to get better because I see that my. Why would I do it for a man? Do you know who you're talking to? I was your age once, okay? Don't act like I'm dumb. Then don't act dumb, okay? I'm literally doing my makeup to get better, and it's not for nobody but me. If it's not for no man, why would you even want to do your makeup? Because what's the point of makeup if it's not to show it off? Because it's art and it's something that I like to do. I like to make myself feel pretty, not for nobody else, but for just me. Okay, sure. And is that why last week you were wearing that tank top outside to when we were going to the mall? It was 107 degrees. I feel like the devil was rubbing his balls on the back of my neck. That's why I was wearing a tank top. Again, do you think I'm stupid? When I was younger, we used to wear tank tops all the time so the boys would look at our chest. And you're telling me, with someone that got a big chest, that you're not wearing that for a no man? I was too worried trying not to have a heat stroke because it was 107 degrees. I don't care how you feel about what you wear and how you wear it and who's it for, but for me, it was literally just a tank top. And I'm literally just doing my makeup because I want to get better at my makeup. You can lie to yourself all day, but I know it's for a man.
Honestly, men-centered mothers are the worst mothers because their entire life is dedicated to choosing men over their children. A lot of y'all were very triggered in the comments because Monique is just a mirror. She reminds you so much of yourself, okay, of your narcissistic behavior, of the way you traumatized your child. So you're getting sick and you're in my comments and you're saying, I'm not going to kiss my child's ass. I'm not going to message my child. They need to message me, blah, blah, blah. Your behavior and that thought process is the reason that you're going to be 75 years old in a nursing home having to sell whole for the last cup of red Jello, okay? Don't play with us. You cannot expect your adult children to take care of you in your old age if you treated them like crap. And I'm not even talking about just the childhood stuff. I'm talking about the behaviors that you continue to do when they become adults. And you're not even willing to sit and listen and see how you can fix it. You want the universe to bring your child back to you when it wasn't the universe that effed up the relationship in the first place. Y'all gotta be so for real. If you are committed to choosing men over your children, you better have a plan for your life when you get old, because one day he might die. Then what? You're gonna lean on the children that you mistreated, and then all of you saying, well, you know, she might be a better grandparent, she might be a better grandparent. Well, she still has adult children that she fucked up and she needs to fix that. And most of the times they're not better grandparents. They're absent grandparents and just put the trauma that they did to you as a kid and an adult onto your child. No, we're not doing this. Monique is a mirror for narcissistic moms that choose men over their children, and Shalone is a mirror for oldest children that were
Women that are male-centered are very dangerous. I'm going to give you a few examples of how dangerous this can be. A woman that constantly seeks male validation will not care when another woman comes out about abuse. So let's just say this male-centered woman has kids, and one of her daughters come out about her being molested. She has kids by this said molester. She will still let her other kids go around this molester because she is very male-centered and they only care about their image. They want the image of having a good family household or good parent dynamic with their children. They will often disregard any abuse because they don't give a fuck about the abuse. They only care about looking good to the public. With that said, male-centered women will watch their children get abused by the man that they are with, and they'll turn a blind eye to the abuse.
What's more dangerous than a man that preys on a woman? Sometimes it's a woman who raises you to believe his love matters more than your life. I'm talking about male-centered mothers. Pick-me mothers. The ones who worship their sons and their man, but raise their daughters like competition. These mothers build their entire identity around being chosen by a man. Their self-worth is tied to whether a man loves them, wants them, or stays with them. And they pass that sickness down. They pour unconditional love into their sons, teaching them they're kings no matter how they act. But their daughters have to earn scraps. Every compliment feels like a competition. Every mistake feels like proof you're not enough. Daughters of the pick-me mother grow up being compared to the mother when she was younger, to the men the mother wants to keep around, to the sons who can do no wrong. She'll call you fast. She'll shame you for your body. She'll accuse you of trying to take her man. And not because you did anything, but because in her eyes, you're competition, not her child. And that kind of jealousy is a form of abuse. It makes daughters feel like intruders in their own home, like they're never safe, even with their own mother. And the dangers of being raised like this runs deep. You grow up believing that women are rivals, not allies. You normalize men being prioritized over your safety. You often shrink yourself to avoid triggering her jealousy. You internalize the idea that your voice, your body, your needs are the problem. And here's the truth. Male-centered mothers don't protect their daughters. They protect men. They protect their sons. They protect their image. But rarely do they protect their girls. I had to break the cycle. When my mom died when I was 19, I got to raise myself with the love she couldn't give. I got to choose women as allies, not enemies. Male-centered mothers may have raised us. They will not define us because we are not pick-me's. We are not rivals, and we are not threats. We are daughters, we are women, and we are worthy.
When you have been raised by a mother who has no self-esteem, you're going to start connecting certain dots with how that's going to impact you, okay? So if you've been watching some of my most recent videos, I've been talking a lot about the narcissistic mother / pick-me dynamic with daughters, okay? Now, I will continuously share my revelation because my revelation might not be yours and vice versa, okay? Which is why I feel led to even share, okay? So first things first, you have to realize, okay, that these women who are our mothers, okay, have no self-esteem and have no dignity and have no respect. Now that sounds like a mouthful, okay? But when you are raised by a woman like this, it 100% is going to impact you, okay? 100%. And something I have noticed is because these women are, and I've noticed this in aunts, I've noticed this in cousins, I've noticed this in like family friends, I've noticed this in women at my church, I've noticed this everywhere in my life. The moment I started like this trait became highlighted to me, I just noticed this everywhere, okay? And because these women are so performance based, they judge you, yes, you the daughter, they judge you for not performing to the level that they would perform for a man. Now let that sink in. So for example, even though this guy cheated, she still feels like she has to, how should I put it? Have better poom poom than the side chick that the dusty dude has been sleeping with. You see the logic? You see the logic? So they will perform past they perform beyond capacity to prove that their image is perfect, that nothing can tarnish the family name or the brand. They will go above and beyond to tolerate abuse from dusty men. They will pay for dusty men. They will let dusty men slap them. They will let dusty men pee on them. They will let dusty men do whatever they want to do because they have no self-respect. Now, it's so funny because these pick-me moms can be doctors, can be lawyers, can be judges, can be women of super high rank. Like, you would never think a woman with such appeal and charisma and strength would ever be in these situations, but a lot of the times you see this happen. Here's the thing. These women know that all of their efforts really get them nowhere, which is why they try so hard to control their daughters, right? Because I can't control the man in my life. So what I have to do is I have to pull the puppet strings of my daughters. I have to get super involved in their love life, in their career, in whatever parts of their life, because I have no control over mine. And despite all my efforts that will never go appreciated, I have to intercept with my daughter. And one last thing that I've noticed is around holiday season, birthdays, Christmas, you name it, is that a lot of the responsibility is going to fall on the daughters because the dusty man will never step up. So, as in, like, we'll never buy birthday presents, we'll never do Christmas correctly. So, all of this pressure of performance now gets pushed onto the daughters. Now, there are many ways that daughters get manipulated through this dynamic. I mean, I could be on here forever, but like the birthday thing is definitely one, or or when these mothers want you to be their therapist while they are trying to vent about how they're being treated, knowing full well they're never going to leave. This is also why it's so exhausting being around pick-me women, and why I'm very selective with the women in my life, and like the kind of women I can have around me, because it's just so freaking, it's mentally consuming. Anyway, hopefully this sheds some light on some things, and talk to you girls later. Bye.
The pick-me moms are not okay. The pick-me women are not okay. And here's why. I literally just scrolled past a video of a woman pulling up her stomach saying, I got 9 kids and my stomach's still flat, and talking about how our stomachs aren't flat. Lady, what? Where are you finding the time to be on the internet with 9 kids? I'm sure someone needs to be fed, someone needs to be watered, someone needs to be driven somewhere. Please. A man will have sex with you if you are dead on the floor. He'll have sex with you with 9 kids, but that doesn't mean anything. 9 men, presumably different ones from this video, put a baby in you, and where are they? The 10th is going to be a different daddy. What is happening? I literally see videos like that, and I want to mark myself as safe from pick-meism and from a fuck-ass man, because, wow, they are not okay. There are girls out here saying, I'm the one, his first baby mama, to give him a boy. Ma'am, I need them to open the schools. I need everyone to get on their Zoom. I need libraries to be free. I need books to be completely free and airdropped to everybody's house. Because, excuse the fuck out of me, what? We are in an insane timeline. There's so many of us that are waking up and saying, I want to be child free. I don't want to be dealing with no man unless he is making my life better. And then there's women out there that are still acting just all kinds of bad. You have 9 kids and you're talking about your abs? I think we were talking about something more south than that. That's probably what people are going to be like, well, your stomach can be fine, but what about the other part? Look, I'm not here to body shame a woman, but I am here to shame your brain if it's not connecting. Being a baby mama 9 times over, or being the first baby mama to give him a boy, is not a flex, because I think at the end of that it becomes a single mama. Not to say single moms are bad. I was raised by a single mom for part of my childhood. That being said, a single mom like that, it's like the pipeline of that to boy mom is a straight one. It needs to be studied. But what the fuck is happening? Please, someone explain to me. If you are a baby mama like this, find yourself in the comments and explain yourself, because I have to know what is going on with you.
Pick-me mothers are the worst mothers in existence. Pick-me mothers turn their sons into the man that they wish they could have been in a relationship with. They try to turn their son into the man that they wish that they were married to. And even if the pick-me mother is married, she will try to have her son fill in the void for all of the things that her husband is not doing. And then if the pick-me mother has a daughter, she is going to make her daughter pay for all of the inadequacies that she had in herself growing up. This is why a lot of pick-me mothers treat their daughters like shit, because they project their insecurities onto their daughters, and they start to see their daughters as competition. All this does is create a lazy son and an insecure daughter. And when a daughter cannot pick up on this early enough, she turns into a pick-me, and then the cycle will keep repeating. Then for the son, this is the son that's going to be living in his mother's basement until he is fucking 50 years old. Pick-me moms will get so sick of their sons living in their basement until they're 50 years old that the first person that they're going to look for to take care of her man-child is a pick-me woman. A woman who's accomplished and that has herself together but is a people pleaser and has no boundaries and needs a man so bad that she would be willing to take in a man that is grown as hell. He has no form of income. He has no passion. He has no purpose. He has no ambition. I am so grateful that I did not grow up in a family where pick-me mothers were prominent. There was some favoritism whenever there was a mother that had a daughter and a son, where she did have favoritism toward the son, but not to the point where the men in the family just did not amount to shit. We had one pick-me woman in the family, and she was shamed, okay? She was shamed. And she died an untimely death because of the fact she was a pick-me mother. Because that's the reward that you get for being a pick-me. You get to take care of everyone but yourself, and you have nothing to show for it. All while you're damaging other people, especially men, because you are not allowing them to fulfill their destiny as a man, to become ambitious, for them to seek a higher purpose.
I might not have a ring on my finger, but your husbands are the ones that are liking all of my sexy pictures on Instagram. And no, sweetheart, I'm not considered a homewrecker if your husband happily opened the door for me.